Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, temperatures, while cooler than we saw last week, still not too shabby. I mean, it was still pretty comfortable. We had a little bit of that sun. Seems like we have more clouds this morning, though.
Yeah, we do have more clouds this morning. Yesterday's forecast didn't play out as I was expecting at all, but I think it was one of those days that even though the forecast from my perspective wasn't very good, or the day wasn't very good because of what I had expected to happen, I think most folks thought yesterday was a pretty good day, as many of us did see plenty of sunshine, and we did see those comfortable temperatures into the 70s. Now this morning we are waking up to clouds in the Tri-Cities. There's also a few showers around. We are going to have two opportunities really for showers today in our viewing area, and those will occur during the morning and then again during the late afternoon and evening hours. In the Tri-Cities right now, to go with the clouds, it's sitting at 51 degrees. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and going forward. There will be a few shower chances on this Tuesday, as I just mentioned. We will also be confronted with periods of blustery wind. That is going to be true for both today and tomorrow. And then just a common theme through the rest of this work week will be below average daytime high temperatures. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines in more depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima. There's new details on a shooting last night at Chesterley Park. According to officers, they were called out to the park at around 7:20 p.m. after they received multiple reports of a shooting in the area. Arriving officers found a 36-year-old man with a gunshot wound, and he later died at the scene. With the help of multiple witnesses, police were able to find and arrest a 22-year-old Yakima man for second-degree murder, and officials believe the shooting may have been gang-motivated. They are asking anyone with information to contact the Yakima Police Department. And a Yakima man is facing murder charges after a man was found shot to death early Sunday morning. Police responded at around 1 Sunday morning to an apartment on North 4th Street where they found a 37-year-old man, Robert Peterson, who was dead from a gunshot wound. Police believe the shooting happened during an argument between Peterson and his fiancée, which then led to a fight between Peterson and the 24-year-old suspect, also from Yakima. Police say the man fled the scene, but then surrendered to police at about 6:30 Sunday night and gave police what is suspected to be the gun used to kill Peterson. He is now being held in the Yakima County Jail. He appeared in court yesterday on second-degree murder charges. A Milton Freewater teen is recovering after a scary medical ordeal after an accident on a trampoline. David Sample is a 16-year-old athlete who was practicing front flips when he landed on his neck. His mom said he couldn't feel his legs, and he was first life-flighted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he underwent an almost 9-hour spinal surgery. He was told by a doctor that he might not ever be able to walk again, but his mom says she's been seeing steady recovery. She says David is starting to have some feelings in some of his body again. David hopes to make it back on the basketball court soon.
It may look a little different, but David is going to have a good quality of life. And with his outlook, even the therapists, they're like, boy, this kid, I just love his attitude in this.
The Sample is now in Colorado at Craig's Hospital in a spinal cord injury rehab program. His mom believes he should be back home in about 2 months. There's a Facebook group called Stand With David where people in the Milton, Freewater, and Walla Walla area are rallying behind him. And sticking in Milton Freewater, police there have recently seen an increase in gang graffiti but have made 4 related arrests. They say in one of those cases, an 18-year-old man stole spray paint from Walmart and spray painted gang-type graffiti, also known as tagging, in several different locations. The damage is estimated at over $1,200, and he is now facing a felony criminal mischief charge. Police want to hear from you if you see anyone spraying graffiti. An Ellensburg man is facing felony theft charges after being accused of stealing a golf cart from a golf course and driving it home down the Thorpe Highway. The man pleaded not guilty in Kittitas County Superior Court last week. The theft of the golf cart was reported by the owner of the Ellensburg Golf and Country Club back in August of 2023. The man's roommate told police he had come home with the golf cart after golfing with some friends. She said she recognized the cart as matching the ones from the country club and said the man had bragged to friends about stealing it and driving it all the way home on Thorpe Highway. The man's trial is scheduled for July 28th. Federal funding for Meals on Wheels is the latest program in the spotlight. Congress prepares new tax legislation, elected leaders claim funding for the safety net program is not being properly assessed. More than 50,000 seniors across Washington state are enrolled in Meals on Wheels. Locally, leaders with Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels say more than 40% of their $3 million budget comes from federal and state funds.
The more or less that we get from the government is just the more or less work that we have to do with our private fundraising efforts that we do. But it's critical. You know, we're one of the few programs in the nation that does not have a wait list. We serve everybody that comes through our doors, or, you know, for home delivery. We don't turn anybody away, and that is our goal, to keep doing that.
As part of that goal, the folks at Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels tell us they recently received a nearly $13,000 donation from a local company, which will help feed more than 1,400 seniors in the Richland area. A section of Division Street is being closed for the next couple of days for a repaving project. It's starting at 6 this morning. Division Street is being closed at the intersection with South 3rd Avenue. It'll be closed both today and tomorrow. The existing asphalt removed today, the new asphalt laid Wednesday. The project is expected to be finished by 6 p.m. tomorrow. And drivers commuting to the west side will need to prepare for a substantial detour. Leaders with the Washington State Department of Transportation say State Route 18 near the convergence point of Interstate 90 will be closed for 6 days as crews build the southern end of a new diamond-shaped interchange. The heavily trafficked road, also known as Tiger Mountain Pass, is the fastest path to the Puget Sound this time of year without having to travel to Seattle. West and eastbound traffic on I-90 will not be affected. The closure, which is weather dependent, will begin Thursday at 9 p.m. and last until 5 a.m. Wednesday, May 21st. Detour signs will be placed at the exit 22 and exit 27 interchanges on I-90. And finally, the Hanford site has some new pups on patrol. League and Libby are Labrador Retrievers, and they're part of the Hanford site security team. While there's no doubt they're good dogs that like to have fun, they also have a serious job to do with their human partners. These labs are trained to detect explosives and guns, helping to potentially identify and neutralize threats before anyone is hurt. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, the last picture there that we just had on screen, a lot of blue skies there, not a whole lot of cloud coverage. That's kind of not the case for today. We're seeing a little bit more clouds this morning.
We are seeing more clouds this morning. Now, we might see some sun breaks as we go into the afternoon, much like we did see yesterday. Now, yesterday really did turn out to be a much more sunny scenario than I was anticipating. Today, we are starting off with those dense clouds this morning, but again, we could see some sunshine this afternoon. You can see those high temperatures on your screen. We are still going to be well below average, low 70s today for the Columbia Basin and Yakima Valley, with low 60s for the Blue Mountain foothills and even upper 60s in the Kittitas Valley. And there is still going to be a chance of some raindrops as well. We will talk about rain shower chances for today coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:09. Coming up on